it's that time of the year again. Your Automotive Trends team has assembled in Detroit, Michigan for the
most of us have assembled.
That's true. You may notice we are down a important, vital, key member of the team who decided to have a baby and become a father just days ago. Yesterday, actually. So we're without our design editor, Eric Grenand, but the rest of us are going to pick up the slack, or
attempt to.
The pieces, whatever is left. And we'll do the best we can to take you through what we're looking forward to when the doors open tomorrow on Kobo right down the street. So let's get at it. It is the 2014 Detroit Auto Show. And
first up, that really the biggest hype up so far is the Chevrolet Corvette Z6.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time rolling out the more powerful variants of the C7. The C7 has had a very successful year, racking up all sorts of awards. Actually, a finalist for Car of the Year, North American Car of the Year.
Correct. We'll talk about that later.
But the Z6 is coming. This is all Chevrolet has provided us with, but no doubt here this is going to be a very, very serious performance car. They're talking about turbocharged V8 and with power figures north of 600 for horsepower and torque.
I'm not sure I'm buying that.
We will
600 is very lofty.
It's like they're jumping right over what the ZR1
right.
was.
So what would, if the Z06 is there, where would the ZR1 go?
You're going to have to be above 700.
You're starting to get into ridiculous territory. You get above 600 horse, but...
Technology is our friend, and times are good. So until
it's their show, they can do what they want.
Right. So we'll see about that tomorrow.
Some very grippy tires.
Those
I'm not. I mean,
yeah, I think this
there's
is
not
going
really
to be
a
very,
rain
very
pattern there.
Serious. No.
I mean, this is borderline street legal.
No, but yeah, like I said, really, we're looking at sounds like a turbocharged version of the new Vette engine, the LT1, or at least a beefed up variant of it. So we'll take a look at that. Of course, the ZR1 was supercharged, and the last Z06 was naturally aspirated still. So I think to get the power figures they want to get these days,
I think they're going to have to add some sort of artificial aspiration.
So that could steal the show. We will see all the details on that, and we'll bring them to you tomorrow. Lexus actually continues a rollout of their lineup, and this is an all-new model, actually. The RC, I think, debuted maybe at LA or whatever, the RC 350 and that lineup.
Right.
But the version they're bringing here is the full Zoot F model, and we know that that's their
500 plus horsepower.
Well, I
really,
think 460 is what they're saying.
Is that what it is? Sorry.
But, an all-new body style and a coupe. And
that's the biggest thing to take away. That most impressive thing for me is we have a real deal coupe. This is not a 4-door coupe. This is not a crossover coupe. This is not this is Lexus has done what everyone else seems to be ignoring, and it's the 2-door standard coupe segment, and come back and said, you know what, let's try it.
Yeah. Rear-wheel drive, let you expect now. Extreme versions of Lexus, a new family theme with basically the entire front end is a grill.
Yeah,
this entire front end.
Get past this though, and
well, let's look at the rear view. The rear view is actually a combination. Now, I've never liked the stack the tailpipes that they're doing. But really, I mean, this is sharp.
This is better than what
look.
the IS was, with the one on top of the other.
We've driven the ISF, and sadly, some technical glitches kind of kept us from bringing that review to you. But we liked the ISF quite a lot, and that was at the end of its lifespan, actually.
True.
That 5-liter
nice
V8
growl.
Yeah, the 5-liter V8 was very, very
meaty.
Yeah, meaty, and this is, of course, going to be the latest and greatest version of that. So we're looking forward to seeing more about that too. Now, the interior, I think, is our next picture. Lexus has been struggling in that area lately. If you ask me, it's just not a good modern design. Everything to me looks dated right out of the gate and fussy. So
there's a lot going on right in here, but not really for any good reason. Like, there's a shelf thing here, and this looks like HS250H-esque. Just it's not done well.
We'll see. 460 horsepower has a way of making you overlook interior details.
A lot of things. So,
what else is we looking forward to?
I do like the look of the seats. Those look promisingly comfortable.
Yeah, the details look fine in there. Automatic transmission only, although That's what everybody's going to, so what do you do about that? Cadillac is not letting much out of the bag yet, actually, but they are going to have a press conference, and we're expecting probably a couple of things here. The ATS Coupe will probably debut and flesh the ATS lineup out a bit. So we're looking forward to that, but we'd be very, very happy if they'd show the ATS V as well.
Which is expected to have the 3.6 liter with a twin turbo
setup. Yeah, probably going to go turbocharged that way.
Like
so we'll
basically the motor out of the V Sport CTS and
turned up a bit,
XTS.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So we're very excited to see what Cadillac has. Like I said, they're keeping it unusually quiet. So I'm hoping for some nice debuts from them.
Little brother Chevrolet's kind of stealing the spotlight at the moment with the Z06. So we'll see what they do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Chrysler is going to be bringing us an all-new 200.
Yeah, there's some stuff that started to leak out about it. Not officially, they're trying to keep that under wraps as well, but from what we've seen, it's going to be a much more dramatically styled vehicle and hopefully move the 200 firmly into a competitive, kind of spot in the segment where before it's really always been a half step behind of everything. So we're hoping A, it looks good. We're hoping B, good fuel efficiency, the kind of things that shoppers in the midsize sedan segment are looking for these days. So we will be sure to bring you all the details on that as soon as Chrysler releases that information.
Another one that the automaker's keeping a lid on, the Ford F-150, we all know is coming based on the Atlas concept that we got pictured here from last year. Big, this really has the potential to steal the show depending on how Ford rolls it out tomorrow.
Yeah, the debut is, the vehicle is so important to Ford's profitability and success here. We know that they're going to swing for the fences with the F-150 every time a new one comes along. We're hearing a lot of rumors about really trying to make it much lighter to improve fuel efficiency.
Dramatically, actually.
Aluminum, they're trying to talk about aluminum bodywork and things like that. So there's a lot of details yet to come on that. We'd be just fine if it looks a lot like the Atlas concept. That was a great looking truck from last year. And we'll see what they do if they're going to roll out more turbo engines.
I would expect more in the area of the EcoBoost engine family to expand. Maybe not so much new ones, but certainly different offerings or different.
Yeah, you've also got things like maybe they've got an improved transmission in the lineup or something.
That could be part of the EcoBoost family.
Yeah. So a lot of details still in the up in the air on that, but we will bring you what we find out tomorrow. I think that'll be Ford's big debut and probably the big newsmaker, like you said, out of Detroit this year.
Very potentially.
This is a Kia concept they're bringing called the GT4 Stinger. Yeah. So
like a bee.
Yeah.
Another coupe.
It's a coupe. It definitely looks like it has sports car pretensions, and with a name like that, you're thinking it's an aggressive car. All we really know about it is rear-wheel drive, so out of the gate we're in good shape there. It's a 2+2, and it has a 2-liter turbo, and they're saying about 315 horsepower, so they have that thing cranked up nicely. We've got another view actually, which just kind of shows it does have classically good proportions. I think this is going to be a really
some strong
nice
fender lines in the back,
kind
good haunches. In the picture before, the grill
actually low,
looks impressively, I don't know, strong or aggressive. Not aggressive, but
I think it just kind of comes down to what size is it really, because you can't get that from these pictures.
No.
But is it going to be based on like the Veloster kind of a? But it couldn't be.
I think it's going to be front-wheel drive. That's going to be.
So is it based on a Hyundai Genesis? Because you've got the right size platform there for a Kia version. We'll find out, but certainly excited to see what Kia has on there. They've been on quite a roll lately too, and a lot of new stuff coming from them. Volkswagen Beetle Dune concept, and
because why not?
Yeah, why not? Actually, they did one of these a long time ago when the new Beetle came out. They had some off-road versions, concepts of them. So I think they do these every so often for fun. I don't know if we really expect anything to ever come of this.
Yeah, but everybody's kind of in this. Everything's got to be a crossover nowadays. Yeah. So if anything, this actually could happen. Lift up a Beetle. A few inches,
all-wheel drive.
Put all-wheel drive under the bonnet.
We will see. We will see. The Dune
It's
concept,
not outside the realm of possibility.
it wouldn't look bad. It'd be kind of fun to buzz around in. If you
Well,
lived
no,
in
I
it.
mean, how many Beetles back in the
Yeah.
day got lifted up and used for dune buggies?
Yeah.
So
We'll find out. We gotta find out more of them. The Volvo. This is called the XC Coupe concept.
Again, with the crossover coupe.
Yeah, I think probably what they're doing here more is probably foreshadowing some future products. Maybe some of their crossover offerings, the XC60 or 90 or something along those lines, could be getting some of this style before long. It's not bad looking, really. Volvo, actually, just in the last year or two, has really had some pretty decent looking concepts. But
Right, and I think also here they're trying to do two things. Hark back to some of their past, so they got like some P1800-esque things going on in the back here. But then they're also trying to bring us into a more modern view of Volvo, right? So we got the LED light accents, a little bit more pinched nose.
this roof luggage rack kind of contraption here is about the weirdest concept detail I've seen in a while, though.
Yeah.
Nothing like frumping up your concept car by putting a big old roof-mounted luggage carrier on it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it might be just to acknowledge that, hey, this isn't going to have a whole lot of interior cargo space. Here's an alternative idea.
We'll find out. What else do we
Regardless. Another crossover coupe.
Yeah. Are you getting the theme here?
Yeah. We're not really big fans of the crossover coupes.
They're actually calling this, probably they're envisioning a derivative of the all-road line, because they're calling this the all-road shooting brake. Because it has that shooning brake body style,
So
which
kind
has
of a
always been more
wagon-esque
popular,
thing
more
for
popular in Europe than in America. So it's kind of new to us. It's going to be interesting to see what they're kind of talking about here. This might be something else, just like that Volvo, that is almost showing us a few more ideas to come in upcoming production Audis than actually being a suggestion for a new production car. But we'll see. We'll see what they talk with
could
about
even kind of extrapolate some of this out to look for like next TTQs, such as the very sawed-off angular grill, the way that they've shaped the mirrors.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, really, it almost seems like a concept that would have been a more fitting debut at like a Frankfurt show or something. But we'll see what they're gonna kind of focus on.
Well, but Americans are so crossover crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. But
that brings us
I think it's kind of time to talk about North American Car of the Year and Truck of the Year.
Correct.
And this is traditionally when your editors announce their pick.
And duke it out a little bit.
And so...
Well, we don't have our tiebreaker Hernand here.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to have him tweet his
yeah.
He'll have to tweet his answers or something. But tomorrow morning, the first thing, the show kicks off with the announcement of the winner. And the finalists this year on Car of the Year, strong lineup all the way around. We have the C7 Corvette, the Cadillac CTS, and the Mazda 3. So very strong contenders all the way around.
Good showing for GM, by the way.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 GM products there. And Cadillac won last year with the ATS, so they're back in the running this year. That's nice to see as well. Who's going to go first?
I think you should go first on this one.
Okay. Although any of these could be winners, and the critical praise for the Corvette this year has been almost absolute. There's just hardly anything bad being said about it. I do believe the early word has been good on the CTS. I think Cadillac is kind of riding that popularity wave from the ATS and some of the other good decisions.
They got a lot of good
recently.
things going with that new Alpha platform.
Yeah. And the Mazda 3 has been very, very successful, great value. But I feel like I'm going to go with the Cadillac CTS, and I think Cadillac will see that as a significant contributor to their lineup here for a few years. And I think the ATS will continue to be successful for them, but I think the CTS is going to be my vote.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. Probably saw this one coming. I'm going with the Mazda 3. when Mazda rolled out the Mazda 3 back in '03 for the first time, they really changed the game as far as small sedans, small hatchbacks, and what they were doing with that. And I think that they've done it again, based on the upgrades to the interior, the upgrades to the overall package.
Yeah.
The engine lineup is spectacular.
Yeah,
40 miles per gallon without even blinking an eye.
Yeah.
And you're talking pretty basic tech. It's not. It's not.
Well, there's no battery hybrids.
Right, you're not
involved or
putting in
anything.
all your extra electronic
Yeah.
gizmos to cheat it. And it's also praised as one of the best handling front-wheel drive vehicles again. They've really upped their game. They benchmarked this on an old Miata as far as steering feel.
Yeah, we haven't been lucky enough to drive this version yet, but I think you're right. I think the press loved the first generation. I think they stumbled a bit with the second generation, kind of made it a little frumpier.
Yeah,
and
they kind of lost their way a little bit.
I think this is back to it with a good focus on keeping the weight in check, keeping the dynamics as the forefront. You can still get the 6-speed manuals, and I think it could be very close.
Call me partial, mostly because I still own a first-gen.
That's true. Full disclosure.
Full disclosure, I do own a first-gen Mazda 3 hatch, blue, with the manual, and I drive it every day, love it to this day, 129,000 plus miles, and I want to do that, repeat that with this one.
Yeah, thinking there's a new purchase in your future.
I think
so.
so.
Well, we will find out tomorrow, but that brings us to the truck of the year.
Trucks, I will go first here.
Wait, we have to announce. We've got the Chevy Silverado,
Right.
the Jeep Cherokee, and the Acura MDX as your finalists.
Yes. So, pretty good selection all the way around. Acura sort of threw me for a loop, that one being selected as part of the final three. Good product and all, but I don't know, I just don't see it as huge up in the game. I think I'm going with the Silverado on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm actually with you there. I don't think this is going to be nearly as close as the car side of things.
No.
The Cherokee hasn't gotten
Good.
It hasn't gotten
but it's
right out.
not.
But it stumbled a little out of the gates.
Right.
There was some delays, and the press hasn't kind of universally loved it. For one, the front end styling is very divisive, so it's got that.
It's not bad looking.
I just don't think. I think I guess it probably hangs its hat on the 9-speed auto being available in certain trims there. But I think there's been a lot of praise for the Silverado's ride, considering it's a conventional suspension. I've been hearing very good things about the ride quality, and the fuel efficiency is
that's where I was going to go. With what they've done with a pushrod engine still, they have really upped the game on that as well. Keeping the tech simple, but using modern pieces like the direct injection in order to boost not only fuel economy, but power and torque as well.
And the interior quality has also taken a nice jump, like all GM products recently. So I think you're right. I think the Silverado has got that locked up. And we'll find out tomorrow when they announce the car.
I'm sure Hernand would agree with us on this one.
he's probably on board with that one. So, there's a few other things we'll be looking for. These are just some of the highlights. There's still some things that haven't been announced, but there's still things that have kind of leaked out already. Mercedes is going to have the C-Class here, which looks like a strong product. Talk about the S600 trim level debuting here with the V12. BMW is going to have the M3 and M4, which we've already seen all the official information
as well as the Z4 concept.
Yeah, there's a Volkswagen Passat concept. There's
lots of exciting news to bring you in the next 2 days.
So you'll want to keep it tuned to Automotive Trends, our YouTube channel, and also Twitter.
Twitter, follow us along, Automotive Trends, and then AT Senior Editor Mux as well.
I think that's about it. We're going to do the best we can without our comrade Eric on board, but looks to be a good show, and we can't wait to bring it to you.
See you tomorrow. All right, we are doing a real deal audio check for without the fuzzy dice, but I
No.
think we're going to need something.
No dead mouse hanging from the camera right now. We are completely naked.